Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chanel and today we are comparing some breast pumps. I recently just had my second daughter and she is about a month old and she's currently over here sleeping. So if you hear any grunting or noises, that's her. She's supposed to be taking a nap, but we'll see how long that lasts. But today we are comparing 3 breast pumps that I've been using the past month. We have the Willow Go, the Momcozy M9 or Mobile Flow, and then the Eufy S1. This video is for anybody, but specifically geared towards moms that are having to return back to work with having to pump while at work, because as a pumping mom you obviously want to try and be as discreet as you can while doing that, and these ones are great options, but there are some that are better than others. So I'm going to be sharing all the details when it comes down to the sound, the suction power, different modes and levels that they each offer, the battery, the storage cups, the price points, because that does matter when you are choosing a pump, because they can get very pricey, especially if some of them don't come with extra parts already. But yeah, and I'm not very good with surprises, so spoiler alert, my favorite obviously is the M9 for many reasons, but we'll get to that. This video is sponsored by them, but all opinions and everything are my own. I'm going to be very honest on what I feel like I like with all of them, or dislike, even the M9. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Starting off, just looking at it, you can see that the Eufy S1 does come with like little carrying case. It's not very big and it has just a little split part in the middle to where you can put one pump on each side. I do have some extra parts in there, but there's not a lot of room for much else. And this is just the S1. The S1 Pro, the only difference between the two, I believe, is that the S1 Pro comes with a charging case, which is nice, but again, I don't feel like it has a lot of storage to hold extra parts and stuff like that. Here is everything that comes with the Eufy S1. You do get extra add-ons, but you don't get as much stuff as the Momcozy M9. This is the M9 carrying case, and it is a very nice. I actually also have the M5 if you followed me along on my first breastfeeding journey as a first-time mom. I really liked that pump, but I'm excited to get to use their latest M9 feature. I've been loving it, and look at all the storage that this one has. You can literally fit so much in here. It comes with so many extra parts, which is so nice. It has a place where you can put both of your pumps, and then obviously a bunch of storage, and it closes and has lots of room to add extra things. Even if you wanted to add like pump wipes or like cleaning bags that you can throw into the microwave to sterilize and clean them, there's room in here to do that. Here's everything that you get with the M9, not including the case. You basically get extra pieces of everything. You do also get 2 extra of these storage cases. I just have them dirty because I used them this morning, so they are over in my washer. But yeah, you definitely get so much with the Momcozy M9. And then as you see here, you don't get a bag with the Willow Go. This is something that you would have to purchase separately, which can be very inconvenient for like traveling with this and taking it into work and just not being able to hide it, or like having to store it in like your own bags and stuff. But yeah, if you did want to purchase a bag for this, you're gonna have to do that separately. And then here's everything that comes with the Willow Go. You get these stickers to label left and right. You get 2 chargers and then an extra set of flange. This is a 24, and then on here I have a 21. When it comes down to being discreetness and trying to, you know, just kind of cover up the fact that you're pumping at work, I personally feel like this is the most slim. This is definitely the most slim, but it's also like super heavy, I feel like. But it definitely is going to give you like the most flat, noticeable look. This I feel like is very thick and bulky, and you're definitely going to be able to tell that, you know, there's something there. But I just wore this morning when I was pumping and I was getting ready, and I put it in my bra, and I honestly couldn't even tell that I had it in there. But yeah, discreetness wise, I would say one of these 2 would be your best bet. And then as far as sound goes, because you obviously don't want it to be loud while you're sitting at your desk working around others, or if you're in a meeting, you want it to be as quiet as possible. So the M9 is going to be less than 42 decibels, which is super quiet. We can give it a little sound test. That was super quiet. I don't even know if you could hear that, honestly. And then this one, the Willow Go, we can give it a little sound test. I feel like these 2 are comparable in sound. This one might even be a little quieter in my opinion. And then the S1, I feel like, is the loudest. This one is less than 46 decibels. So if you're wanting to go off of the sound, I would say one of these two was your best bet again. Now let's talk about suction power and basically the whole reason why you were using the pump in the first place. So the M9 and the S1, they are similar in this category. They are both have 300 mmHg, which is very high suction. That is comparable to a hospital grade suction, so you're gonna get the best suction with these two. The Willow Go, I believe, is only 280 mmHg, which is not as much as the other ones. So if you're basing it off of this, these two are gonna be your best bet for that. For modes and levels, the M9 has 15 levels and 3 different modes: a stimulation, an expression, and a mixed mode. And then you can also do a custom mode with the M9, which is nice because it allows you to really find what works for you and use that. The S1 has 7 levels and 4 different modes, and it also has the custom setting feature, I believe, but just doesn't have as many levels as the M9. And then the Willow Go has 9 levels and really no customization with any modes. You can do the stimulation right at the beginning and then it goes to expression. So for different modes and levels, I would go with the M9 because you're going to get the most amount of options with that one. Next, let's get into like some more details about the actual pumps itself. So with the M9, it comes with this nice little dust cover. It's easy to just pop off and it protects the flange and the part that actually goes onto your breast. So if you're like storing it in your case or wherever you're putting it, you have this for protection and it's not going to get dirty. The Eufy S1 also comes with this, so this is a good little addition to those. However, the Willow Go does not come with anything to protect this, which it's already getting dirty just sitting here. And this is the actual part that goes on your breast, so like you don't have anything to cover it up. Which isn't the best. The M9 has a double flange, which is super nice for extra just protection on making sure that it's going to stay put. It is silicone, which makes it super soft and very like flexible to fit you. And then again, the S1 is also silicone, which is more soft, but it doesn't have like a double flange or anything. It's just the single one. And then for the Willow Go, it's plastic. It's not soft at all. I will say that it doesn't bother me necessarily, but these are definitely more comfortable. But that's just something to note, that this is like plastic. It's not going to form to you as well as the other ones. And also these come with extra flanges if you need more options. But this itself, like this is the flange right here. This is the only thing that you use to put onto your breast. I will say that if you need a bigger size, they do have flange inserts that you can purchase separately. But as far as like other flanges like this, these don't come with this, and both of these come with multiple different sizes, so that is nice. Next, comparing the collection cups, you can see that they're all kind of different. This one holds 5 ounces and it has a little cap right here where you can pop it open and pour your milk into whatever container you're doing, but you can't just like stick this into the fridge and have it stored in here. The motor is attached to this, so if you were to do that, you have to pop it open, and this is how you would store that, which is not very sturdy at all. It would definitely spill even if you stood it up like this. There's no backing or protection if it did get knocked over. With the M9, this is super handy because this is an actual storage cup. You can just pull it out. This part comes off and you can actually stick this little lid on it and store it right into the refrigerator, and you don't have to dirty any other bottles or worry about it getting spilt or anything because it comes with these nice lids. That's just super handy. Just something extra that Momcozy really thought of. This holds 5 ounces as well. And then for the Eufy S1, this holds 5 ounces as well, so they all hold 5 ounces. I will say you can purchase bigger ones of these that hold 7 ounces, but again, it doesn't come with it and you do have to purchase it separately. However, this one is always like tricky for me to take apart. Sometimes I just get lucky, but oh, there we go. It doesn't have a separate storage cup. You do have to pour it into a separate container to be able to store it, because this again is not very sturdy and would tip over and spill. So Momcozy really just takes the cake in this category with the storage cups. Now looking like at all the extra features, they all have an app that you can connect to, which is how you can run them. The M9, I really love how it has this display on the pump, and you can look down and it'll tell you how much time is left. The other two, they do not have that display on them. You have to use the app to be able to look and see that. I really love that feature because half the time I don't even know where my phone is at, to be honest. With a toddler and a newborn, it could be anywhere. So to be able to just be pumping and just to look down to see how much time I have left or how much time I've pumped is super helpful. One nice thing about the Eufy S1 is it does offer a heating mode. This right here is going to be where it offers the heating, which is supposed to help you get more out, or if you have clogged ducts. I've heard that this has helped many people release those. I've never experienced that, so that could be super helpful. But to me personally, I don't necessarily feel much of a difference between the heating and the not heating. I do a little, but it's not enough to make a difference for me. It's not like a bad feature or anything, but it's not something that like I'm super excited about, I guess. And for the Willow Go, really the only thing that like a special feature wise that I really like is how the whole front of it is the storage cap. Like I said, are you okay back there? Like I said, I like to be able to like look down and check to see the time and stuff, and when I do that, I also like to be able to see like if I'm actually like lined up right and it's getting the milk out. So I really like that this is a clear front and I can just look down and see. If I'm going to use these two and I try to do that, I have to go in front of a mirror to be able to see if I'm getting any output and if I need to adjust. So I really like that this whole front is clear and I can just look down and see. Very easy. But yeah, other than that, not many special features that this Willow Go comes with. And as far as the apps go, I will say the easiest one to pair by far was the M9. I think it literally took maybe like 15 to 30 seconds to pair. This one took forever because you have to do them separately, or it made me do them separately anyway, and then I had to update them both. And then this one wasn't terrible, but it definitely was not easier than this one. So definitely the M9 is the easiest to pair to the apps. As far as battery life and charging, the M9 comes with two chargers. You charge them separately. They're USB and USB-C ends, which is nice. Mainly all the products that I have around the house are USB-C, so I love that if I needed to, I could easily use this to charge something else, which might not, you know, apply to you guys, but that just makes it convenient for me, because unlike the Willow Go, this is not a USB-C. This is actually, I'm not sure what kind this is, but I don't really have any products that have this end, which is just something that is, you know, very niche to me, I guess. But it also comes with two chargers as well that you charge separately. And then for the Eufy S1, I really like this feature that it comes with one charger, but it comes with two ends, which is so handy because honestly, with having two separate USB chargers, I don't have a lot of those things that you have to plug into the USB, the cable box things. So it's already a struggle to have to find one, but to find two, like that's just like not the most convenient. However, with the S1, you just have to use one, which is super nice. And then you can charge both of them at once. And this is really nice that it's just like a magnetic type charger. So I really do love this feature, and I think that this takes the cake on that one. For charging life, the Willow Go, I think you can only get like 3 sessions per battery life without having to recharge it again, which depending on how many times you have to pump at work, that might not be the best, without having to bring your charger with you when you already don't have a bag unless you purchase it separately. So that's something to think about. With the M9, you can get 6 full sessions on one charge. And also, if you're like running short on time in the morning and you forgot to charge it the night before, it only takes 12 minutes to charge to get one session in. So that is something handy if you need like an emergency charge or something. You're filling up quick. All you need to give it is 12 minutes to get a good charge to be able to get one session in. So this one definitely takes the cake on the battery life as well. As far as cleaning goes, I will give it to the Willow Go. I feel like it is the easiest one to clean. The parts are just super easy to take apart, and you don't have to get into any like tiny crevices on how to clean it. With the M9, you can take the motor off and put all the parts into one of the microwave sterilizer bags. For breast parts, you can put these in there and you can sterilize it within 2 minutes. So if that's something that you want to do at the office, that'll be super handy versus having to like clean it every time. However, you cannot use those for the S1 because of the heating mode. You cannot be getting that wet, so this does make it harder to clean with having to protect the heating feature, which is not super handy if you're as messy as me and splash water all over. So definitely the M9 and the Willow Go are the easiest ones to clean in my opinion. And then finally, breaking it all down to price point, the Willow Go is definitely going to be your most expensive pump out of the 3. This retails for like $350, but you get hardly any extra parts with it. You don't even get a bag with it. So this would not be my first option, especially since you get the lowest suction power with this one, but yet it's the most expensive. The Eufy Eufy S1. This retails for about $260, and like I mentioned before, the S1 and the S1 Pro are the exact same, except the S1 Pro comes with the charging case, and if you want to purchase the S1 Pro, that's going to be about $350, so very expensive just to get a case. But if the heating option with this one is something that you'd like over all of them, maybe getting just the S1 is worth it. It does come with way more extra parts than the Willow Go and is cheaper, but again, you only get this little carrying case that doesn't have much room in here to carry or store anything. But if you're looking to purchase the M9, the M9 runs around $240. I do believe right now it's on sale for like $229, but also this is something that you can look into your insurance and you can get this free through your insurance. You can also use my discount code and save you some money on this as well. All that will be linked down in the description. But for all the extra parts that come with the M9 and the case and the extra storage parts, this is definitely your best option and the best bang for your buck, and it's just going to be the cheapest out of all three of them, but yet comes with the most amount of parts and is going to be the most discreet for you returning back to work in the office. So yeah, overall they're all pretty good pumps, but my pump obviously to recommend to you guys is the Momcozy M9. I am a Momcozy stan. If you are not new to my channel, you know I love Momcozy anything. As I mentioned before, I used their M9 for my first breastfeeding journey and I loved it, and I'm currently loving the M9 as well. I love their strollers, I love their bottle washers, literally anything that Momcozy comes out with I'm getting because I love them. I also love working with them, and I'm able to work with them because of you guys supporting my channel and watching my videos and shopping through my links, and I'm so grateful for that. So yeah, if you guys want to check out the Momcozy M9, I'll have it linked down in the description along with the discount code to save you even more money. But yeah, thank you so much Momcozy for sponsoring this video. I hope this was very helpful for you mamas just looking for a nice pump or returning back to the office. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!